G'day and welcome to Inside Ball. Kevie.
Dobbo, how are you, mate?
Well, mate, round 4 done and dusted. We go to the Easter weekend this weekend, but what we had over the weekend. Now, if you're a tipster, you don't, and you're leading a tipping comp, I'm just going to say this now, I don't want to offend you. You don't know what you're doing, because you're just having a guess. Because there is no form other than Penrith. There is no form at the moment anywhere.
No.
The form guide is a bit all over the shop. We'll go through all the games, but a lot happened off the field over the last 24, 48, 36 hours.
Yeah.
Firstly, Anthony Seibold, Manly coach, sacked on Friday night after losing the first 3 home games.
Now, I did hear their chairman say that's the first time.
First time
in the history.
At Brookvale.
Right.
So we know their first week against Canberra, they lost in Golden Point. They tossed up some rot against Newcastle. That was dreadful. Had the bye. And then they go to the Roosters. And
10-8 at half-time.
I didn't think they were bad. I actually didn't think they were that bad against the Roosters. I know the Roosters, with
in
possession.
the end, they got away with it, 33.
But this all goes
14.
back to last year. And I'll just give you a bit of a timeline. And Manly fans, you got to understand it. It happened last year. It started when he decided to shift Tom Trbojevic from fullback to the centres, right? Then he had the speed dating 7-minute friggin' egg timer waffle chats with his players, and what I mean by that is he had a mid-season review.
Which every club does that.
Yeah, but he gave each player 7 minutes with an egg timer. And then, and when they went after the 7 minutes, it was over.
Mm.
He then took the captaincy of Jake Trbojevic, right, and gave it to Tom, but didn't tell Tom. Tom Trbojevic had to tell his own brother Jake that he wasn't going to be the captain.
Well, he didn't get to...
Okay, and I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
He then had his game plan questioned by management. Now, Tony Mestroff ran protection for him while he was out. They got Jason King back there. And
Jason King has come in and
he's
seen
DNA,
what's going
mate.
on.
He's DNA. He's been talking to him. Now,
with the players, right.
With the players. So they've made the choice. What I don't understand, and Kevie, this is the one thing, and I know it's a sensitive subject when we talk about coaches getting sacked, but you had a bye, pull the trigger before the bye. Round 3, it just seems, after 3 losses, it seems very strange. They've got a Thursday night game here, and Kieran Foran's the interim coach at the end of the year, who's an assistant there. We'll get into all that in a minute. But I don't understand why they didn't pull the trigger before the bye to give Kieran, a 10-day lead.
You can't sack a coach after 2 weeks, and you really can't. You shouldn't.
After 3.
Yeah, but the management that made the decision to rehire and extend
they're all gone.
Anthony are gone. So you can understand the frustration at Manly.
Manly are I don't say they're a power.
They're a diamond club in Sydney. Right?
Well, I don't think they are anymore.
No,
they've got no funding. They're resource, and I'm not making excuses. That they're one of the clubs that they cannot attract big time players of recent time.
Haven't they got a new training facility?
No.
Still at Narrabeen,
Narrabeen. But they lost Charlie Cherry Evans.
Yeah,
right?
Well, that was a big moment in Manly's history.
Should never ever have lost.
Why did that happen though?
Well, both sides want to throw rocks at 10 paces, but the bottom line is that Tony Mestrop and Peter Gentle bungled this up completely. I mean, Daly played against his former club the other night and was very happy. I just can't get over it. Anyway, Seibold has been sacked, and there is, supposedly, apparently he was very aware that it was coming once it went after that loss, and they pulled the trigger late Friday night.
His press conference was interesting after the game on Thursday night. Do you see it?
I've seen it all before.
Not a Manly badge or sign or anything in view. So do you think he might have known if
could be coming
the next loss?
Well, this is the thing I don't understand when you're Anthony Seibold. You had a bad run at Brisbane. Things didn't
bad run. It was terrible. They finished last.
I know. They won the wooden spoon. But you got sacked, so you got to learn your lessons from there. From what I gather and talking to players, nothing's changed.
Right.
So I'm not going to get into it. It's a huge story. Yeah, there's no question about it. And
big thing is
Kieran Foran
Anthony
takes on
Seibold's okay. He's
okay. But that's
You
the nature
spoken
of the
to him?
business.
No.
No, we don't talk.
Oh, don't you?
No. Mate, come on. I'm in Team Walters, mate. So,
Yeah.
he's not going to talk to me.
No.
He took his job.
I didn't take his job.
He was the last coach. You took over from him.
Yeah.
I'm in your camp.
But I didn't force him out of his job.
Hell no. No. I wish you had. Anyway, that's another day.
Well, when you finish, yeah. Anyway, we don't want to go on it. So what about Kieran Foran? What's
Kieran
the
Kieran Foran takes the job on as an interim coach. I think that's a shock. They had Brett Kamali, Jim Dimmick, and Kieran Foran. So they've gone down with Foz. Mid-November last year, he was playing in the Pacific Championship final for New Zealand. He hasn't had a break. He finishes his career last year, and now he's coaching a first-grade side. I think...
Has this been done before? I don't think it has. Brad Fittler was in the seat pretty young after retiring, but...
I have a feeling, and I like Kieran Foran a lot. I'll see him on Thursday night. But I'm worried about this. I mean, he can't lose. If they fail, he's just the interim. If they win, he gets another one.
He'll want to win, Dobbo. So,
of course.
But it's a big ask for him.
Of course. But you know what it is also, it could potentially rule out a lot of people. Now, if I'm honest with you, this is the list I've got. Matt Ballin, Michael Innes, Brad Arthur, Kevin Walters. They're the 4 names I've heard. I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
They're the 4 names I've heard. Now, I've spoken to...
I'm currently employed by the Australian Rugby League Kangaroos. So.
But if he got offered a gig...
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what's going to happen there, Dobbo. So
no, I look, and I say this with respect.
You'd have more of an idea what's going on.
I believe the old boys are
circling
chomping
the
at the
wagons,
bit, and want a manly old boy there, which you can understand.
Totally understand.
So, I mean, I'm just hearing.
But they haven't got someone that's already coached at a senior level.
No. Well, Brad Arthur, he's not a manly old boy.
But he was there an assistant.
Yeah,
wasn't he,
so Brad Arthur could.
I'm saying like. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Matt Ballin
Ballin's been a very good assistant coach.
And he's also at Manly DNA.
Yeah,
so he gets
that's a big step in mine.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of respect for people that, like Matty, who have spent a lot of time at that club, so they know
he knows what makes it tick.
The DNA, mate. He'd be illogical.
I think so, but people say, well, he's just mates with you, so you're pushing him. But like, I am friends with him.
Matty Ballin, I don't think he's got any enemies, has he?
Not one, but he's a great bloke.
He's a good coach too, mate. Let's be fair. Like,
he knows his footy.
Yep.
So, off the back of that will play out.
So when are they making the decision?
By round 10. By round 10.
Right, they've already said
that. Yeah.
Will they interview, or what are they doing? Do you know?
I think they'll do.
Yeah.
Would you go to an interview?
Huh? Oh, well, I'd have to get that sanctioned by the national.
Right, okay. You're going to go down that road today. Well, we're not going to push you any harder on that. They're the 4 names I heard as well. Titans had their first win against St George. We will get to that. How good. Fan day for the Queensland Maroons will be announced in Rockhampton today.
Rockhampton, yes, you little beauty.
So they're going to where Kevin Walters was born.
That's where I was born. They're going to Brown Park. Where are they going?
Well, I suspect it'll be Brown Park.
It's been refurbished,
you know. It'll be Brown Park, and they might go to the Cry for a little palmy.
Yeah. You know Rocky well?
Well.
Yeah.
Very well.
You rode into town there a few times, did you?
I met my first wife at the Gracemere Sayards.
Gracemere
Sayards.
Mum and Dad lived at Gracemere.
Yeah, I've sold many a cattle out there, and I know Rockhampton well. Good town.
That's a great selection, a great choice for
I think so. Well, the fan day's big.
Oh, it's huge.
Ikey's up there today.
Is he?
Yeah, he's making planning? Sure.
Well, some of the great State of Origin players from Rockhampton.
Who's the best Rockhampton? Okay.
Rod Reddy is from Rockhampton. He was in the first ever State of Origin team for Queensland.
Cameron Munster,
another great.
Harry Grant.
See,
you're forgetting one. Dave Taylor.
Oh.
Go big Dave Taylor.
Is he Rockhampton?
He Blackwater, but
that's close.
Like there's a lot of Rockhampton has had.
My word, mate.
A very, very, very. I mean, You could even claim you're from Rockhampton. You were born there. What did you leave when you were 3 to Ipswich?
Yeah, 3 to yeah. Well,
So
Rockhampton.
how did you? I don't even know. How did you get from Rockhampton to Whippy?
Well, Mum's dad. So my grandfather was in the
He was
railway.
a train driver. That's right.
He was in the rail station master, and he got appointed as the head of the Ipswich station master.
So that's why you guys
Ipswich
came
station. So we moved to Ipswich that way. Yeah, because
Jeez.
there was 5 of us, and obviously needed some help.
Yeah.
Mum and dad looking after
And so when
5
they were
terriers.
there,
So grandma and granddad used to help out with the babysitting because Mum always worked. Mum was a trained nurse; she worked.
Wow.
And Dad was a carpenter, so they're at work most days.
Yeah. So you had your nan look after you most of the time.
Yeah, grandma. She's a beautiful lady. Go on.
Yeah. Oh well.
Anyway,
Rockhampton for the fan day, so that's a big one.
There's a couple more. Sid Domick, he didn't play Origin, did he? Sid didn't
No, I
play.
don't think so.
What was it?
Well, when you go to the top 10 Rockhampton players of all time, would you believe it? This is throwing you and Kerrod in there. Like they're claiming you from Rocky.
Yeah. And Stephen as well. He was born
Guy
there too.
Williams, Ian Lacey.
Lace,
He's a Bronco.
Coach Lace, yeah.
Munster, obviously. Johnny Doyle.
Johnny Doyle, eh?
Johnny Doyle.
Rockhampton boy.
Ben Hunt. Well, I thought he was from
Hunty, we
Dingo.
forgot-
He
well,
was from Dingo, mate.
That's
He's from
same
Dingo. It's
postcode,
up there.
close.
But here's where we get Reece Wesser.
Reece Wesser, yeah, the Penrith Flyer.
Matt Singh.
Matt Singh was a great winger. Yeah.
Matt Singh.
Panthers,
Yeah,
Roosters,
unbelievable.
Cowboys. I think wasn't he? Matt Singh finished at the Cowboys.
I think that's a very, very. I mean,
yeah.
when you look at that,
And we already mentioned Harry Grant
Harry Grant. You know, he's there. Dave Taylor.
and the great Rod Reddy. Surely
Rod
he's
Reddy.
on the list.
No, he's not on the list. Not on the list. But you know what? It's a good crew. Top 10 players from Rockhampton.
That's a pretty cool move by the Queensland Rugby League.
The 42 players that have played, you know, for Cyril Connell, Rockhampton.
Yep. Cyril Connell, the great Broncos scout.
Sid Dimmick, you said that. Johnny Doyle. Darren Fritz.
Fritzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anthony Griffin, Hooks from Rockhampton.
Yeah, I knew that too.
Jakey Granville's from Rockhampton. KB Hetherington from Blackwater, don't claim him. Lockie Hubner's from Rockhampton. He plays at the moment down there.
Yeah.
Scotty Minto. Cam Munster.
Sacramento. How can we forget him?
Yeah, Rod Reddy, you're right. And Seibs.
Anthony
Seibs is from
Seibold.
Rockhampton. Jamie Simpson is now on radio up there. And then we've got to talk about Tamika Upton. She's from there. So, I mean,
course.
we talk about what
Great city.
Rockhampton is for rugby league. It's a rugby league town. So, you know, great
Excellent choice from
Great
the
effort.
Queensland
Great
Rugby
choice.
League.
All right, let's get into some stuff. Let's talk about it. Roosters 33, Manly 16. It seems like ages ago, but it was a good result.
Good result for the Roosters. That was the pressure on. Manly
They are
obviously-
just starting to click. This Cherry Evans, Sam Walker,
Yeah.
it's going to take time, isn't it?
Were you booing? Were you at the ground? No, you'd
No.
have been.
I'm a
What about the crowd
DCE fan.
giving it to poor old DCE?
I'm a DCE member.
I mean, it was a bit comical in the end, you know, and he was sort of playing
Every time he touched the ball, they
along
booed.
with it. They went in at half time up 10-8, which
Mm.
was amazing for Manly, but the Roosters too good in the second half. Rob Toyer.
Yeah,
talking
very
about
good.
Origin.
Yeah, he's good.
Gee, he was
He's
good in the second half.
Yeah.
For the Chooks, yeah. It was,
All right, great result with the Chooks. Seems like, let's talk Friday.
Yeah, I did.
Jock Madden, go you good thing.
Yeah, Jock Boy.
32 points to 14. You had question marks about the Warriors. You
Yeah.
said there's question marks.
And they're still
There
there.
still
Dobbo.
is. And like the West Tigers did a real job. Benji's doing a good job there.
Yeah, that's a tough win over there. It's hard to win
Yeah.
in New Zealand. And what I liked about the Tigers was at different times they weren't in the game, but they just hung in there. A pretty tough side resilience-wise to stay in the fight.
Yeah.
Because the Warriors looked like they were, going to win by as many as you like, but
Yeah.
they were pretty tough, the Tigers. And Adam Dewey in that second half, a couple of line breaks that led to tries, and then they just got the leg up on them, the Tigers. So well done. First loss for the Warriors for the year. The Panthers remain the only undefeated side to date. Be interesting this week with both those sides and how they back up after that game,
Yeah.
particularly the Warriors.
Well, I
'Cause
think
they got a couple. They got old mate back, didn't they? The
Luke Metcalf.
Metcalf back in.
They played him at 6.
yeah.
Tanner Boyd. And
Tanner Boyd at
that's going
7.
to take some time.
Yeah, and
gonna
Tuapiki at fullback, and they shifted clock star to centre. He scored a couple of tries, but
he missed a bit in defence.
Yeah. So a bit of a work in progress there. That was the early game. What about the second one, Dobbo, up here in Brizzy?
I would like to talk about this one. Broncos 26, Dolphins 12.
Yeah.
Broncos were very good. Don't get me wrong. Renault, masterclass. We should talk about the Clear Mountain staff difference. You said Pat Carrigan.
Yeah.
Hello.
He won the medal.
Won the medal. He was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So
he was always going to be with his best mate, Payne Haas, not playing.
Yeah, well done.
Take up the slack. What about Renault? Yeah, that was a try, mate. I know you had a little cheeky crack at him at the presser, but...
Oh, it was an absolute try. Cody Nicarima went through a big gaping gap. They pulled it back. Renault just ran out. What I don't understand from the Dolphins is that, and we love Ren here, but they had him so exposed early and they went away from it. Why wouldn't they have gone back that way and gone that again? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it didn't make any sense. They went away from everything. They were so clunky.
They haven't found their rhythm yet, the Dolphins. I was a bit disappointed in their performance. I listened to the presser, after the game. Their coach wasn't too worried. He saw some signs there good enough that they're going to be a force this year, the Dolphins, and they got, rightly so. Tommy Flegler's probably, a couple of weeks away from getting his...
He was better.
Natural form. Yeah, he was good.
He's better.
He's a good player, mate. And same with Tom Gilbert. They're long-termers. They're missing the 9, aren't they?
Yeah. But they get Donahue back this week.
Right. He'll go into 9.
I think so. I think Maxi Platt's the 13, and I think you got to play Knowles off the bench. That's me. I think they've got to look at that.
Well, there's options there for them, right?
Yeah, but Matt Platt's an 80-minute footballer.
What about Saifidi? Is he back anytime soon?
No. He's going to be a while. So is Jack Bostock. Jermaine Azarko going to Melbourne was a bit of a shock yesterday. That getting announced yesterday afternoon. Azarko
is it been squeezed out? Does that mean Cobbo?
It's cap related. So
will Cobbo?
They're going to try and hopefully keep him there. But Cobbo was lazy. He wasn't that good on the weekend.
You'd think he would have fired up against his old mob,
They got some dramas there. He's not playing the best football. He's going to get better. But I thought Avarillo had a dig.
Yeah.
The best player at that club at the moment is Fini Fuiaki, Kulikefu Fini Fuiaki. He's just getting better and better every week. And Lemuelu, yes, but, mate, Fini Fuiaki is just, he's lights out at the moment.
Now Izzy Katoa, right? He's been going right, but I think he's packed his kicking game, the short kicking game away. Remember last year they were scoring so many tries off his short kicking game. Sure. So get your kicking boots back on, mate, because, he's all run and pass, which is good, but he's got such a very good short kicking game as well to put defensive lines under pressure, and particularly our mate Reece Walsh. He's running from side to side. That's going to gas him.
Unbelievable.
Sorry, Walshy, to throw you under the bus there, mate, but
Brisbane should be happy with that. They're 2-2 now. They go to the Titans.
There's still noise. What's happened, Dobbo, over the weekend? You got something for us? Or you're in trouble, so you can't say anything.
We're just leaving it be. Good result anyway. Saturday was upsets galore.
Wow.
Knights 24, Bulldogs. I think it was 16, wasn't it?
I was at a call for this game, mate, and the the Knights.
Fletcher Hunt, Fletcher Sharp.
The two Fletchers.
They got good football. What about the shot Sami Sulu put on Josh Curran right in the ribs? 4 minutes gone. Then Saifidi, Lachlan Galvin just absolutely pummeled him. They won by effort, no question about it.
And physicality, They put it on the Bulldogs,
and they went on with it as it went on.
Now I've been barking on about this all last year and this year. If the Bulldogs, you got to take them on through the middle. Take them on through, like all teams. They're not by themselves there. Every team, you got to get that forward ascendancy through the middle of the field, right? And that will open up then time and space for your outside men and your halves and all those things that you want. So, for Fletcher Sharp, for instance, if he's not playing on the front foot, it just makes it so much harder for him to get involved.
Yeah, agreed.
Anyway, they had a great performance tonight, and that's a big scalp. They're a top 4 side, I believe, the Bulldogs. Steve Crichton, did you see that interchange?
Yeah, this is the Galvin issue. They're trying to chase points, so they bring him back to 5'8". I'm sorry. I haven't seen enough of Galvin to like. I've got to be honest with you. The hype around Galvin at the moment.
Well, he's still only a kid, Dobbo. So.
Mate,
I get it.
Seriously, you've changed your whole structure and the whole way you play a game because of him to fit him in.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
Matt Burton, he's
He's going to get squeezed out.
An Australian player.
He's getting
Played
squeezed
for the
out.
Kangaroos.
I know.
Played for New South Wales. A lot of people think that centre's his best position. I'm not of that opinion.
I'll tell you this now. I'm going to tell you this now.
What are you going to tell me?
Last year, the attack was run by Jason Taylor, right, for the Dogs.
Yep.
He got squeezed out because they got Adam O'Brien in there.
Right.
So they put him to the New South Wales Cup.
So
They used to call them the Dogs
assistant-
of War. The Dogs of War. They're the Dogs of Bore at the moment.
Dogs. That's it. Get that reel up. The
No,
Dogs of Ball.
I'm just telling you.
You're a Bulldogs man, Dobbo.
Mate, their attack is garbage at the moment.
Yeah, they're struggling to score points.
And mate, you
I think it's about 14 a game.
you have to score points, and this is going to be their downfall. I'm telling you now. They have lost their way. I don't think Hayward's a 9.
What about the young half coming through? Is he?
Yeah, well, I haven't played him yet. Where is he?
He might.
Yeah,
be next
okay.
in- Hey, what about Friday? Good Friday.
Yeah, I know. It's a big game.
That's a massive game.
South Sydney versus the Bulldogs. They'll have
You
70
going?
there. No, I'm not.
Oh, I'm
I'll
gonna be in
eating
the
seafood.
studio at
I'll be
Fox.
eating seafood with the family.
Oh, where at?
Rainbow Bay.
Bremer River.
No, mate, Rainbow Bay. We travel. Well done, Knights. 3 of 4.
Oh, down to your holiday unit. It's a
3
beautiful
of
spot,
4.
man.
3 of 4.
You got another spare bed for Kevie?
No, 3 wins in 4 weeks. Justin Holbrook doing a very good job. And Newcastle Knights fans, dare to dream. I'm not saying you got a premiership side. You got a team that's trying. They'll make the 8.
They'll try and make the 8.
Yeah, they'll go good. Penrith versus Eels. What do you say?
What about the Panthers?
Mate.
They just put everyone on notice.
Casey
haven't they?
McLean is a very, very, very good footballer.
Yeah.
I love
they've
him. Cleary.
Good players in key positions.
Milky
Dobbo.
Jenkins, Tommy Jenkins.
Milky's
mate,
got it. He's the leading try scorer with 10.
He's broken a record that has been held since 1941
What
on the most tries in
start a season?
In start the first 4 weeks. And he's a good bloke, Milky. He's a bloody
looks
good
like
bloke.
a champion.
No, mate, we had him on the sin bin yesterday.
Oh,
this
did you?
guy's as good as you get. Like, just a good knockabout. Like,
What was he doing around
from
the house?
Boorowa. He's from Boorowa.
Where is that?
New South Wales. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
whereabouts in New South Wales?
just
you know?
below Yass. Yeah,
down that-
yeah,
that
yeah, like
country.
fine
Righto.
merino wool country.
Yeah, I
from
know.
Boorowa. Yeah,
Beautiful.
anyway. 48 points to 20. Eels are saying, well, at least they got 20 points. They scored them.
Well, Rolsey's not happy. He said that.
He shouldn't be, mate.
But conceding too many, and it's individuals. He's,
One out, and they just went away with
that
it.
would defend so
Yeah.
like 48 points, Dobbo. That nearly 50. And what happens when you get to 50?
I don't believe that anymore. Don't believe it.
What?
I don't think that stat can be used anymore because there's so many blowouts because of interchange and 6 against. I don't think your stat that once people they get to 40,
Righto.
you're not going to win
Do
the
you want to
comp.
put a dinner on that at the end of the year? Anyone who gets beat by 50 will not win the grand final. That's what I'm saying.
Say it to the cameras.
Anyone who gets beaten by 50 or has 50 on them will not be at the grand final.
All right, well done, Panthers. I don't know how you're going to stop them. Cowboys,
Wow,
28.
the Cows are back.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they're back. But
Well,
we
they
are,
cleaned up the Storm, but
yeah,
gee,
but what are the Storm?
Gee, we got
3 in a row. They've lost 3 in a row.
No, two in a row. The Broncos beat them last week,
Yeah.
and then
Didn't they lose first week? Second week?
No, they won 2 from 2.
Yeah,
they were the flying.
Yeah, you're right. It is a worry, though. I think Melbourne are gone.
No, Dobbo, cut that up. Put that on the reel as
No,
well.
we're not putting anything on there. I think they're in trouble. I just think they're in trouble.
Why would you say that? They got some injuries there to
Well, mate,
outside backs.
They've got Origin. They have to bank wins because they've got a lot of players going to Origin.
Yeah, they'll have a few.
Stefano, Harry Grant,
Munster.
Liero, Munster. Like that's the starting point.
Yeah.
Right. There's no Xavier Coates there at the
Xavier
moment.
Coates when he gets back.
Yeah, but
He'll play Origin as well. So
they've got some dramas there, mate.
yeah, it's their defence that they need to fix. Craig Bellamy.
What they lead it, mate. They were up by 10 points with 10 minutes to go, and got rolled. Now last week they were up 14-0 at half
Very
time.
unstorm-like.
Last week they're up 14-0 at half time. Got rolled.
Yeah, Coach Bellamy he didn't have too many answers in the presser post game.
He wasn't happy at all.
No, and he shouldn't be either. That's so unstorm-like to play that way. But anyway,
What about the ball from Harry Grant to Will Warbrick
over the top, yes.
from dummy half?
Yeah, that's why he's the Golden Boot, mate. Golden Boot winner.
Very, very good. Cowboys take on the Dragons down there, and then they've got the Broncos
Right. Broncos here. Suncorp.
Now I'm just saying, wouldn't it be a turnaround if they're 4-2 after 6 weeks?
Mm.
We'll just see. Sharks 30 or Raiders 22. Sharkies was strong. They got out to a good lead. It's 12-0.
Corey Horsburgh, what are you doing, lad?
He got binned.
Well, that was ill discipline from him.
But this is what
Rush
happens.
of blood, mate.
Yeah, this is what happens, mate.
So down to 12.
And they just had and the defender, they never get
got
back.
2 tries. Yep, never really
Never
got
get
himself
back. Ricky'd be upset about it.
Privately, I reckon he's fuming. He was pretty good in the presser, held his nerve, and he did say that, we're just lacking a bit of discipline at times.
Yeah.
But he was happy with the fight that they showed to get themselves back in the game, which they did a couple of times.
But geez, they can score some points when they get going. But anyway.
But it was all the Sharks, mate. They need to dip the hat to the Sharks because they've been under pressure, and that's a tough away place to play at down there in Canberra. What a beautiful day it was in Canberra too.
Unbelievable.
That really is the nation's
Can get
capital.
help. No, it's not.
Isn't it? What is?
Ipswich is the nation's capital. You know that.
Okay.
Well done to
Sorry,
the Sharkies. Now.
What about this one? Get the streamers out.
Titans get
the
their
party
first
lights
win
out.
under Joshy Hannay and the new ownership, 22-14. And look, it was a blood draw first half. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, I
call
was
it
at
is.
home just watching this one on
I'll
the
tell you
telly.
what, they showed some fight.
Yep.
Aramahau, how they say it.
Yeah.
Gigi played.
Ho, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or Ho?
yeah. No, he just got going, mate.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's just his 5th game of first grade. Gigi looked good in stride, didn't he? And agility-wise as well, moving around the field, and he's...
Now, you got a bit of room. He fended off. Look, they scored 2 tries, one from kicks, and mistakes. So it was a little bit of a, inflated score with the Dragons there, 14 points. I was like,
well,
you
they
know
got
what?
the intercept too.
Yeah, they got the intercept.
Phillips
Army. Yeah, so
and ran the length of the field.
But then they got some work done in the second half.
14-6 down, Dobbo. That's good commitment and courage and fight back from the Titans.
Yeah.
Cole Flanagan, he copped a bad. That must have been tough for
Mate,
Shane Flanagan.
Five
Was he out
minutes.
for
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's not good.
But
we're very fortunate, Dobbo. I'm going to give all of the medical staff in the NRL, every
Huge.
club, their training for these type of situations is really, really good. It's first class. And we're so lucky to have so many good men and women working in our game, particularly in that medical field, because these sort of things happen. And, and Shane said it himself. He was worried, but then he remembered the staff that he have and how good they are at their jobs. Hats off to all the medical staff of all the clubs, because you're doing a great job. And as fans of the game, we certainly appreciate your knowledge and your expertise when accidents like this do happen.
I agree. Oliver Pascoe. What a story, mate. Ippy Jet from Canada. Yeah.
Now, that's somewhere in New South Wales.
Central West.
Central West.
Yeah, it's been to the Gunnedah BNS many a time
have
and
you?
years.
Get any luck?
Plenty.
Cut that out.
Plenty.
Oh, no. He's going to roll with it.
Yeah,
He's going to roll with it.
If you know, you know. Look, it's
get back on track, mate.
a lot of good footballers come out of Gunnedah. It's a good town, real hard town. It's a good 6 years playing Queensland Cup since his debut. Yeah. He won the Player of the Year last year, Petro Civic medal last year, on a dev list contract this year at Titans. Man, he plays, and he played well.
So the Jets have got an
affiliation.
Right,
yep.
So he's gone down there on a train and trial first one.
Yep, train and trial.
Then he got upgraded
to a dev. I think he might be in their top 30 now.
Well, yeah.
And so
regardless, he's playing NRL.
He's playing NRL, and it's a good story.
Did you see all these mates there with the shirts on?
Yeah, it's
How
great.
good.
Yeah.
That's the great part of rugby league.
I love it, mate.
Dobbo.
Yeah, I love it.
And he looks like a knockabout.
Yeah.
And he's a tiler, like a tradie.
Tradie.
So for all you tradies out there / Queensland Cuppers or whatever grade you're playing, keep the faith.
Keep the faith, all right. Yeah, I agree.
Back yourself.
I agree.
How good. He's living the dream now.
He's living the dream, and he'll be back there. And I did like the fact, I've got to be honest, we talked about it here, Ilias, Campbell, and push Brimson to the centres.
Well, Brimson did a good job on Val Holmes.
Way better.
Did a great job on Val Holmes.
I think I'm not gonna tip them at the moment, but just they're playing the Broncos. Easter Saturday. Funny things can happen.
Oh.
Funny things
You've been
can
eating
happen.
chocolate again, Dobbo. Easter time.
The Clear Mountain Stud difference. Now, stud side Worthy Cause is running hot this season, already produced in his career stud. Group 1 winning 3-year-old Hinged from the first crop. Second year, cause for concern. Current results, right? Hot off the press and in scintillating form is worthy enough. Just won his third start in a row at the Toowoomba Guineas for 3-year-olds on Friday at the King of the Mountain, meaning it was a public holiday up there. Hatchet recently won 3 in succession in Brisbane, already got 700 Ks earnings. Cushy Ken, very fast early performer, winning at Metro level. So a lot of service fee is 8,800. Ideal sire for breeding commercially. Versatile pedigree. They can help with the mares, mating. Go to the website, mention Inside Ball, and get a good deal on a service fee as well. So if you
I've got some good winners up that way.
Bloody hell. We love Worthy Cause. We saw that Clear Mountain, so we saw Worthy Cause when we were there. Well done to everybody involved with the Clear Mountain stud.
Yeah, Michael was down. He was down for the game. Did you catch up with him?
No, I didn't get to catch up with him. He was there. He was certainly there. Bob was his wedding anniversary, so they had their wedding anniversary at the.
Well, Bob celebrated in style with a win with the.
Well, mate, he was at the King of the Mountain, mate, like a Cheshire cat, just there drinking wine. Anyway, I will say this, and there's a lot going on. Pat Carrigan was very good. You were right with your tip.
Yeah, Paddy. His meterage and that wasn't that great, but he just held the Broncos together. And when a carry needed to happen, Carrigan was there. Defensively, very good as well.
Yeah.
The Broncos have been better the back end of the Storm game, that last 40.
Yep.
That was a pretty tough game, on the weekend against the Dolphins. So I'm going to say they're back in a bit of steadier waters, I would have thought.
Was that the best performance by Reynolds? Questions for Kev. Was this the best performance by Reynolds in a Broncos jersey?
Oh, no, I've seen him do some great things in the Broncos jumper. Yeah, it was a good little individual try that he scored, and he defended well. So that's what he brings, Adam Reynolds, to a team. So
unbelievable.
Expect more of that. Can we expect more of that from the old
Big
fella?
time.
Yep,
can Penrith sustain how hard they are going, or do you think they'll burn out?
I don't think Penrith will burn out, no. They've had a very good off-season. They're all refreshed. The pressure is off Penrith. No one is, it's back on now, but they're not defending their title, which is a big thing for them, which they've had to do the last sort of 4 or so years. But the other thing, and we keep saying it about Penrith, this is a team that has been together now for its second year. They didn't lose any players in the off-season, so they've spent the whole pre-season refining what they finished on last year. And let's not forget, they played the prelim final against the Broncos, and they are up 14-0. Yeah. So they could have quite easily been in the grand final, except for some brilliance from Reece Walsh. So they're in for a big season. They're the target everyone's chasing.
Yeah,
Broncos are the defending premiers, and they're equally the target. But the Panthers, after 4 rounds, I'm sure that there's 2 teams in your sights, and those 2 are the ones. Broncos and Panthers. And the Storm, well, I expect them not to dip down too low for too long, Dobbo.
Tom Nagura, should I buy grand final tickets now to see the Cowboys?
Grand final, yeah, buy grand final tickets.
For the Cowboys?
Well, everyone's a chance at the moment, Dobbo.
Kevin.
Well, they just beat the Storm, who were in last year's grand final.
Stop. If you're buying tickets for the Cowboys, you're going to be disappointed. Buy them because you want to go to the grand final.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But the Cowboys aren't going to be in it.
I'd be surprised if they were. But
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tyler Kennedy. Is Mariner better in the centres than on wing?
He's better at either centre or wing. I like Dean Mariner as a player. He's still got a bit to learn defensively, but he had over 200 metres on the weekend. He's a try scorer. That one run that he got through, I think caught the ball in his own sort of 10 metre or 20 metres, and he just scooted away, beat 2 or 3 defenders downfield. That just puts the Broncos on the front foot. So that's what he can do, and that's what he brings. Speed can save you out of a lot of good situations, Dobbo.
Can't train it. Do you think the 6 again rule should be removed from the game?
No, I love it. The players have just got to tie in. What the game is, what Peter V'landys and his team are trying to produce a free-flowing style of football. And it is harder on the players and taxing, but you've got to get... technically, you're right in defence. You can't be sloppy around the play of the ball. You can't hold them down for too long. If you win the tackle, you get the right to to dominate the tackle and slow it down. But if you don't win the tackle, you can't expect
Yeah, I agree with that.
to stay in control of the ruck. So win your tackles, everything's okay.
Do you think that it's time for Blake Noser to get a game?
I'd be surprised if he doesn't get a game in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
I watched him a few weeks ago at the Queensland Cup. He's a good young player. I guess he's just
You
waiting his
debuted
time.
him, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
He
Yep.
played well at the back end one year before he got injured. He really did play well.
Well, last year he had a few injuries, didn't
Yeah.
he? But he's a good young player. He'll find his way through. He'll be right.
Do you think? Hang on. Should the Broncos call an ex-player or long-term assistant coach to replace Ben Teo?
I think they have. Well, they've gone to market, haven't they?
Yeah, they're going to market.
So, have they got any names in yet, Dobbo?
Hodjo, Justin Hodges.
Justin Hodges,
Brad Thorne knocked it back. Is my mail.
right?
So should Medcalf have moved to lower grades before being brought straight back in?
No, you got they train and their rehab programs are very good. He'll be right. That was just an off night for the Warriors. He missed a couple of tackles, but that's all part of it. I think he'll be fine, mate.
And that's the questions for Kev. Hey, there is a lot going on. We've got a really good guest again this week. Go and have a listen to the Fox. How good was it with having the Fox there?
He's good, the Fox. Some good messages in there as well.
He's a good man. I was really impressed with him.
He's had his tough moments in life, and tough times. But
he doesn't muck around.
He keeps rolling with the punches. That's what you have to do in life.
Yeah, I agree. Have a great week. So much to get through. Go and have a look at us on Inside Ball. Thanks to Clear Mountain Stud. We'll see you later in the week as we preview round 5.